Coach, I had a question about the end of game sequence. I think you guys were down. Angel had the and one opportunity. In that moment, was that a decision to have her miss, or just what was the thinking there in that scenario?
No, she asked if we wanted her to miss. I told her to make it. It would have only been a 1 or 2 point game. It'd been a 1 possession game anyway. So no, she just missed the free throw. I mean, it happens. So no.
Okay.
Coach, you talked about how it can be tougher offensively if Ariel's not like scoring a ton, but tonight you got like Kia going and some others going. So I guess you talk about just kind of others picking up the slack.
Yeah, tonight was about turnovers again. We turned the ball over too much. We shot it well. We rebounded well. We defended the 3-point line well, numbers wise. I think we guarded AT about as well as you can guard her for most of the game. So the defensive game plan was pretty good. I thought it came down to the second quarter for the most part. It's tough to win against a really good team with an 8-point second quarter. We won the first, won the third, won the fourth. So turnovers continue to haunt us, and that was the key of the game today.
Speaking of AT, I thought Angel did a really good job of limiting her. What did you just kind of see specifically in that matchup that you thought like kind of went into just that?
I mean, Angel's active. She's active with her hands. She's active on the ball. She can be disruptive, and she moves her feet well. And so she did a great job today. The team did a great job as well. And obviously, Kai got loose a few times. But I think overall, defense is hard to hold this team down. And so, but I think again overall, we didn't maximize our opportunities on the offensive end with the way that we turned the ball over, especially in the first half.
Coach, Angel talked about staying competitive with teams like this who are in that top tier of teams in the league. Can you talk about what it's meant, or can you talk about how it feels to see this young group kind of be competitive with some of the top teams in the league like this?
Yeah, I think you gotta look at the glass half full type of thing. It's the last several games, whether it's been Seattle or Vegas or New York or in Phoenix and even a tough Connecticut team. It's like we've been in all these games, and it's frustrating the games that we haven't pulled it out. So there's a sense of like, yeah, we know we can compete, but at the same time, there's a frustration in the locker room, obviously, of not pulling them out, and so of being so close and not coming out on the other side of it. So, but we know what our capabilities are and what our potential is. We're going to keep fighting through the rest of the season. We got a tough one on Saturday, but we'll be ready for it.
I asked the players about just that really hot start you guys got off to. I believe you guys were up 14-6. Time that came, but defensively, you guys did a really good job, I thought, of just limiting it. But what did you think kind of went into that in the second quarter there defensively, just to kind of get them back into the game?
I think it was again. I think that sometimes the offense affects your defense. Sometimes your defense affects your offense. It's tough to score sometimes when you're trading baskets or when you're giving up so many on the defensive end. And then sometimes it's tough to get stops when you're not scoring. And so tonight, I thought it was in that second quarter, I thought it was a matter of us not turning the ball over kind of affected us on the defensive end as well. I think that when they had to go against our half-court defense, for the most part, we were pretty successful. We fouled them maybe a little too much at times, but I think overall, I think tonight it came down to our inability to take care of the ball for a good portion of that game.
And what did you think was one of the reasons why Natasha Mack was just able to be an X factor for the Mercury tonight?
Her activity. She got some pretty big offensive rebounds for him. I think that we switched a little bit more tonight than we have in the past, and that was part of the game plan. And when you do that, you got to be able to cover on the backside. And so sometimes you're a little undersized when it comes to boxing her out, and so it takes multiple bodies at times. And she was able to get loose and keep possessions alive for them. And I thought she played really well for them today.
The players thought that execution down the stretch was good today, like in the fourth quarter. Did you also feel that?
Yeah, I thought so. I thought we were pretty intentional on where we wanted to go and who we wanted to go to. Angel made a couple of big buckets. Mill made a couple of big buckets. Kia made a couple of big buckets. And I thought that, we did a decent job of taking care of the ball down the stretch. But just again, over the course of the game, some of those possessions come back to haunt you in a tight game like tonight.
Time for a couple more.
Kia, we asked her earlier just about just how you basically have kind of stayed the course with her and just had instilled that confidence. Just for you, what does that give to the team, to seeing someone kind of working through, the ups and downs of a tough season and then having performances like she's had down the stretch here?
Yeah, I don't care how many years you've been in this league. It's discouraging when you at times when you go through shooting slumps and when you're aware when you're not playing that great. And sometimes you don't just need to continue to hear that you're not playing well. Sometimes you need to hear that it's going to be all right and that you're still supported. And for me, I just keep coaching her, and we keep coaching her, and our teammates keep believing in her. And I think that that allows her to stay confident in herself. I think that she's been able to fight through a lot of adversity this year, like the most of our team. And some nights has been her night, and some nights it hasn't. Tonight it has been, or was, and it's a credit to her for staying the course. And I think that sometimes that we forget the human element of some of these players, and if you continue to beat them down with what they aren't doing well, they forget what they can do well and what they have been doing well for the majority of her career. And so Kia's been good for us all year in terms of her work ethic, her professionalism, the effort that she gives night in and night out. There's no replacing that. And so I continue to be proud of Kia.
Awesome. Thanks, everyone.
Thanks, coach.